Welcome, everybody, to Dean's iDesigns 125 from Daytona International Speedway. We're here with the iOS Arca Series Race 1, and I'm Joe Wright with Intensity Broadcasting, and tonight I'm joined by Dustin Dean. Dustin, I'm stoked to get this Arca season finally underway.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a 15 race season, and I'm guaranteed every single race is going to be as intense as you can imagine.
Yeah, man, as we take a look here at the schedule, we're starting here at Daytona, but we're going to head to Rockingham next, which is an interesting choice for race 2 of the season. These Arca guys going to a different type of track, straight from a super speedway down to that little short track action. It's going to be kind of cool. Then off to Atlanta and Bristol, Kentucky.
So many people.
Say again?
I was just going to say we'll see why so many people miss it.
Yeah, it's a tough track from what I hear. I haven't run it myself, so I'm not quite sure how bad it is. Now, while we do have the Arca guys tonight, we're going to have the Cup guys tomorrow. So stay tuned for that tomorrow night. That's going to be the creme de la creme of the iOS series. They're going to be rolling here at Daytona as well. 65 laps, qualifying starting at 9:55. We got about 2 seconds left here in the Arca series. Got some rookies here, right, Dustin?
Yeah, there's a lot of new guys that have come into iOS and trying to showcase what they can do. They actually have a tier system, so everyone new will more than likely start off in the Arca series, and we'll show class that talent tonight. But like you said, tomorrow night's the kind of the cream of the crop. We'll see the most talented drivers there in the Cup Series.
Yeah, we sure will. Here as we get the qualifying underway, it looks like Michael Provalt's going to be your first guy rolling off of pit road as we take a look at him in that 95 machine. And you got to stay below that yellow line on your out of pits till you hit the back straightaway. You'll see a blue count as he comes out of turn 2. And then he's free up. Now, Dustin, I got my own way of doing things. How do you like to do it? You like to run high on your first lap, out lap and first lap here at the super speedways?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely taking that high line all the way around that first lap, get as much momentum built up as I can, and then as we go into the second lap, I cut it down to the bottom, try to stay as smooth on that yellow line all the way through the lap, and that's exactly how you'll get on this top spot tonight.
So like we talked about a minute ago, we got a bunch of new guys in here. We also got some really good guys running. Maybe their iRating's not as high as they'd like it to be, so they're able to sneak here into this lower level, get a little bit more experience for the likes of, second runner-up there last season in the Cup Series to you, Eddie Morris. And Max McClure is going to run tonight. Nick Ford. Stephen Black, we've seen him do well. Jacob Bowen. These are all Cup drivers here, mixing it up with these Arca guys as well. So you're going to see a big mixture of experience and not so experienced. As I look through, we only got one rookie class according to iRacing and one D class. The rest are C or above, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that the mixture of, like you said, we had last year's Cup runner-up, Eddie Morris. He's going to be in this thing. But then you have the new guys that I know a lot of them, they haven't even had iRacing for more than like a month. And so they're going to be trying to compete with guys that have been racing for years. And that's what's going to clash here. I think we'll really see the more experienced guys as we go through the season start to rise up a little bit. But who's to say you can't join iRacing last month and be leading the series standings this month? So, I mean, we could see it go both ways.
So this is our only rookie driver, and I'm just going to throw it out there because it's my brother. My little brother, D. Wright, is going to be riding in that 18 machine this season, and he's our only rookie driver, and literally, Dustin, 2 weeks on the service, so...
like I said, yeah, last month. All right, so how old is David? He doesn't mind.
Oh, he's 2 years younger than me, so he's 36-ish, somewhere in there. See how he does here. I gave him some tips on qualifying. We'll see how it pans out for him.
Look at him going on the apron and getting loose down there. Hopefully that was his second lap there.
It was, yeah.
Okay.
He put that thing in P3 right now, P4 now. He just got knocked by Logan Hagerman.
Yeah, that's right. We got Todd. Pronounce that for me there, Joseph.
Which one?
Our leader.
Todd Shot, I'd say. I'd say the
Shot?
the J's silent, right?
Okay, all right. I'm awful with names.
Or Scott. It could be Scott. Shot or Scott.
For the sake of saving all humanity here, I'm going to go with Todd Scott.
There you go.
Either way, he is your pole sitter right now, 45.59.8 right now. Jeff Zappa right behind him with a 49.63, and like you said, Logan Hagerman right there behind them, 49.66.
And here's the league owner, Max McClure, now from Nashville, as he heads down the backstretch on his first go lap. It's like he's going to keep it high, get that thing wound up.
Yeah, and the challenge is really to get it as high as you can on that first lap without touching the wall. And that's where so many drivers mess up. Either they'll touch the wall or they'll get scared and kind of whip it down like we just saw Max do. And that's not building up as much momentum as you possibly can. And so I don't think he'll be taking the top spot here, but maybe top 5, top 10.
And he also rolled it up just a little bit there coming out of the tri-oval. And on that first go lap, you want to get it down in that yellow line. He's still riding pretty high here through the middle of the corner.
Yeah, you want to be as smooth against that yellow line as you can. You kind of saw him drift up there, which is it's a common thing here at Daytona when you're qualifying. Like I said, you want to hold it down as much as you can, but don't take this qualifying as an example here.
Yeah, and the Arca cars are tough though. I mean, they are kind of a little wonky, a little bit all over the place. Man, they got the new damage model too. When you hit a wall, it sounds way different than in any of the other cars here on the service.
Yeah, and I'll say, like, here, especially at Daytona, you cannot bump draft in these corners. And I've actually heard it's better than it used to be. It used to be you would barely touch somebody and they'll go around.
Max McClure comes through in the 13th spot. Sorry, go ahead.
13th, yeah. And so I'll be interested to see what happens here tonight as we come down to the closing laps. I know some people's going to bump draft in the corners, and that may mess some people up a little bit. So keep a watch out for that.
Yeah, so these Arca cars used to be the Cup cars, like in 2007. That's the shape that a NASCAR Cup car looked like, and like you said, it's a rounded front on the front of those things. Plus, it's sloped, and it actually lifts the back end of the cars up. That's why we see a lot of people get turned in the corners. So, and they're just tough to handle, especially here at Daytona.
Yeah, you're right. It used to be the most beautiful thing ever. Back when, if you were mad at somebody, you could get up behind them and just, like you said, lift up their rear tires and spin them out. And those were the easy days to get revenge. Now it's a little bit harder.
Looking here at Blake Hensley, another new name for Monroe, Kentucky. Haven't seen him here with this series yet.
Yeah, he's actually joined Apex over in the Cup Series, so he will be racing in the Cup Series as well as the trucks. And so, like you said, his first time here at iOS. See how he does tonight.
He's P8 right now on the board. Check in with Michael White. We've seen Michael White last season here all over iOS. And he's been pretty quick.
He's a common name.
He's a good plate racer as well. You always see him up there in the top 5 or 6 when it comes down to that final green-white checker, unfortunately. For the most part, when you're here at these super speedways, you always get one.
Yeah, he's going to hate me for saying this, but he kind of reminds me of a Ricky Stenhouse Jr. or somebody like that, who's always seemed to be up there in the top 10, top 5. But when it comes to these super speedway races, he is always there in the mix at the end, whether he's passing or wrecking there at the end, you never know. But either way, he's there, and that's what it's all about here at Daytona. That's all you can ask for is a chance to be there at the end.
That is correct.
Speaking of that, like, is there a strategy coming into these, shall I say, lotteries? Is basically what they are. Is there a strategy coming into it?
So I'll tell you what I told my brother, who's a rookie, and I said, listen, man, you're gonna hopefully qualify toward the front, which he's pretty much accomplished. He's gonna start 5th right now, unless Michael White knocks him down. And then, if you're in the top 5, stay up front. try to stay there. Try to stay within that top 5 range. Usually you don't have too much craziness going on there. The craziness happens from 5th on back. Now, if you get shuffled out or you end up finding yourself in that 10th, 12th, 15th spot, kind of hang off the back just enough where you can get down on the binders and turn left. Everything's going to wash up the track. Everything's going to happen in front of you. You got to get down. You got to go find that space down to the left. The wall is not your friend. So go away.
That's right. That wall don't move. I can promise you that. I always told Atlee when I'm broadcasting, I never like to stay at the back of the pack, and some people like to stay there to avoid crashes. I always find out when I did that, I usually ended up being in them.
Yeah, and that's where I don't like to sit right on the back of somebody if I'm back there. I like to give myself some space. You'll see me like peek in the middle because I can kind of see. It's been doing it for so long, Dustin. Me and Josh have been running super speedways. It's all we ran for like 10 years. I don't think I ever hit a mile and a half for a while there at one point. But I like to see the cars and the movement that's happening. Me and Josh are so good at it. We can almost tell when something's going to happen, and we want to get out of it before most people do. So.
Yeah, and that's a certain experience, like you're talking about, where you can feel the energy and it's about to happen. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yep. So, looks like qualifying is about complete here.
Yeah, that top 3 has not changed. We got some movement down the field, but Todd shot. We're going with shot. He will be your pole sitter tonight, 49.59. Like I said before, Jeff Zappa will be starting in second. And third, we got Logan Hagerman.
Yeah, and as they grid here, we'll hopefully be able to catch them on pit road, and we'll start with driver details, go through the field.
Absolutely. As these cars, you'll see them start to load in on the grid there. There is no more nerve-wracking feeling than starting at Daytona knowing this is how your season is going to start. It's either going to be really, really good or it's going to be really, really bad.
I agree.
And, I was always nervous. I'll be nervous tomorrow night during the Cup Series race, too.
You ain't lying. All right, starting on that pole from Irvington, I would imagine California. Just going to throw that out there. Todd, we're going to go with Scott. On the outside of him is going to see Jeff Zappa in that 56 machine.
Yeah, starting row 2, Logan Hagerman in the 27, starting third. Dylan Redding on the outside in that 11 machine, starting fourth.
In 5th, my bro, David Wright in that 18 machine. Unfortunately, he likes Kyle Busch. And the 4 on the outside, Colton Kinsey.
Yeah, you got Will Cloud starting in that 7th position tonight in the 5 machine. And Blake Hensley, like we talked about in qualifying, in that 31, starting P8.
Brett Merle in the 48 machine is going to start 9th. 10th is going to see Dustin Buck, who hasn't gridded yet. Michael Provolt. Sorry, go ahead. I messed it up.
Go ahead, Justin.
Nah, I was messing it up. Go ahead.
Michael Provolt in that 95 car will start P11, and Michael Lawrence in the 47 start P12.
Max McClure is going to start 13th in that 66 machine. Sylvan Seguin, I would imagine that's how you say that, from Ottawa.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Alan Warnke, he will start in the 15th position tonight. Travis Paul in the 16th position in that 38 car.
Jason Duckworth's going to roll off 17th with Derek Chappett on the outside.
Yeah, Michael Watt behind him in the 19th position. David Swift in the 20th position. I'll just roll down here a few more names here. Got 21st, TJ Floyd. 22nd, Randy Futch. And 23rd, Mike Rentz. 24th, Brian Murrell Jr. And that is all the drivers that qualified. Now, obviously, there'll be more that chose not to qualify as we roll on back through the field here.
And let them get this thing ironed out, and I'll actually just show you the grid here. As we roll back through the rest of the pack, got Jeff Hinkle in the 27th spot. Chris Wheeler is going to start 28th. Greg Froelich, 29th. Zachary Cox 30th, Michael Smith 31st, Rob Hamilton 32nd, Scott Whiteman's going to start in that 33rd spot, Jacob Bowen on the outside in 34th, Jimmy McFarland 35th. That's your friend right there, Dustin.
That's right.
And then
he's a hometown hero in Spartanburg,
there you go.
South Carolina.
And then Eddie Morris, your runner-up from the Cup Series in that 36th spot, and then Nicholas Ford rounding out the field in 37th.
So we got a full field, 37 cars. That's pretty huge there in the Arca Series. So either this could be a really good lap, or I say again, it could be a really bad one. But either way, we're going green this time by.
Yeah, we're going to find out what these guys got right here.
Oh, man.
I kind of got a little bit of anxiety. You know, like this is the first time a family member's been in a race for me. So it's kind of exciting at the same time.
You're gonna pull a Michael Waltrip on us?
If he wins, you better bet it. I'll be screaming. All right, here we go. Green flags out. We're racing. And that 42 machine of Todd Scott getting a nice little push from the 27 here. Might clear the top side unless they get organized.
Well, remember, like we talked about earlier, they cannot bump draft like they can in other cars. Not because it's against the rules, but just because you will spin out the person in front of you. So you won't get as much of a run as you will in the other series. But I'm sure there'll be some momentum swings here and there.
Oh, we got a wreck
We
already.
already got a wreck in the back.
We sure do. And the caution is out. As these guys let up here and hopefully get it woed down. And that's going to bring in our first records rewind of the night. And here's the shame.
And I'll remind our viewers.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Nah, go ahead. You got it.
I was going to just say, I'll remind our viewers while you get that ready for us. The Intensity Broadcasting Short Track Series is upon us. And be sure to stay tuned for that on Wednesday nights. And we're racing a 8-week season, $300 for the top three will be paid out at the end of that series.
All right, so we got a couple of incidents actually here, Dustin.
Yeah, I see that. We have two completely separate incidents.
Yeah, one starts without the caution, and it's right at the beginning here. I don't know if somebody just lost control of it, but we'll bring it in right now. I'm gonna see that. Looks like Eddie Morris actually gets into somebody here at the beginning. It looks like he's checking up the 21 there, getting in front of him. Locks up the binders straight into the outside wall. Eddie gets in the back of him. Now we're going to jump ahead here, too. And this is the one we saw from the broadcast portion of it.
Oh, got over there.
And looks like the 08, maybe it's turned there. It starts with a 3 wide action here. Let's go to maybe a little rear chase will help us here.
Yeah, it almost looks like somebody came down on him that was on the bottom and it just hooked him up.
I'm sucking right now at instant replay. It's being wonky. All right, here we go.
There we go.
TJ Floyd through the middle. 08 must not see him here. $31 into the outside wall. Yeah, that's a damage model, man. These guys, that damage model is pretty wild.
That's awesome.
Jacob Bowen sliding through the grass there. Looks like he doesn't have much damage. Got it woed down pretty well.
Yeah, they do have one fast repair tonight, so I'm sure some drivers will probably be taking it. But if you can save it for later, you probably need to.
I did see in the rules they were having 2. Is that changed?
Oh, did that change? Okay, they might have upped it to 2 for Daytona since it's the first race of the season.
Yep,
that's probably accurate.
All right, yeah. So 2 fast repairs, 2 sets of tires, 65% fuel here for a 40 lapper. I don't think fuel's going to be an issue if we keep up with half lap wrecking. So
that's right. That's right. Maybe we just got the jitters out of the way now. Now we'll go green for 30 laps now.
Yeah, there you go.
Wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. So this is a 15-week season here. It's actually a long season. If you think about iRacing seasons, most of them are 10 to 12 weeks. So 15 races is a lot of commitment, and I think that will provide some of the best rivalries too. Over a 15-week season, you're bound to beat into somebody, and so
Yeah,
you just have to follow along with us as we go through this and see who works well together and who don't.
for sure. We're gonna go to some tough tracks too, like we talked about in the pre-race. We're gonna go to Rockingham. We're gonna go to Watkins Glen, I believe. We're gonna go to a road court, and these guys are gonna have their hands full. And we have some guys in here who can race those tracks, and we'll see who's gonna come away with this championship. Hey, Matt, guys, thanks for watching. Tim Vaughn says go FCA, and Matt Knight's one of our greater followers here. Some pretty good talent in the trucks on Wednesday nights too. Yeah, because Matt says that's because he's driving. That's the only race he's doing.
That's I do know. So Jimmy's sponsor is FCA, Jimmy McFarland. So
There you go.
probably a shout out for Jimmy.
And it looks like we're getting ready to roll. As a couple of guys had to use their fast repairs there. Look like DJ Floyd, Warnke, Dustin Buck, Eddie Morris, Jason Duckworth all hit pit lane. Not sure if they all used it, but they may have. It might have been important to save that thing for the little bit. Jeff Zappa is going to start on that inside line, though. Looks like he had the lead.
It is a shorter race with only 40 laps.
I agree. Which is also makes the urgency if you're at the back a little bit more important, right?
Car.
And it's green.
Definitely does. You see that inside line already taking sport there down like inside line as they go into turn one. Sorry, and looking like I might be having some troubles here. So take it away, Justin.
All right, I got you. Yeah, we're zooming down the backstretch right now, and Jeff Zappa's still leading this thing, but that outside line's starting to form up just a little bit. Got a little smoke behind him, it looks like. Still clear. We made it through about a little bit over half a lap now. Max McClure all the way up to that sixth position now as he starts to help that outside line get moving. But 5 cars on the outside, 4 tight on the inside, 1 back. And I'm noticing these cars on the outside line are just a tidbit pushy on entry. Kind of an interesting dynamic there. But patience is the name of the game here as the 42 making some progress on that outside line of Jeff Zappa getting passed by Todd Scott. Man, I almost messed that one up. Dylan Redding giving a little air bubble push to the inside line is really helping them out, but they're lined up on that outside line. Actually really clean, really good racing here at the front. They come through the trial, but it can get a little bit worrisome there for some of these guys. You see a little bit of scattering on the outside line. Really no progress being made by either line right now. And Stephen Black calls out Cyclone Racing for the championship 2021. Good luck with that. We'll see what happens here. That 56 machine of Jeff Zappa still holding strong on the inside line with a little help from Dylan Redding as they keep pushing that bubble just a little bit.
Yeah, and I think the difference here between this Arca crew and the Cup Series or Truck Series even is that push that you can give the driver that's in front of you. Here you can't really do that as much, and so that's really taking effect as you see that 42 just not able to get out in front of the leader here.
See that 18 machine looking a little bit loose on entry back there, making me a bit nervous because that's my bro. I don't want him to crash in front of the field, but man, the 31 even gets pushed up the hill a little bit. Maybe he's getting a little nervous seeing that on entry. It looks like the outside line pushes. You see it? Look at that. It's like a wave on entry.
Yeah, it's almost like the drivers aren't being able to turn as much as they would like it to, and they're having to fight it too much. I don't really know. These Arca cars are different than they used to be, and I haven't driven them in a while. So
it doesn't
give inside analysis there.
It definitely doesn't look stable. I'll tell you that. Maybe we can go on board with Max McClure and just take a look at maybe see what he's doing on entry of the corner. He looks a little more stable than the rest of these guys do. He's doing a lot of lifting.
I was about to say, you see, he's kind of higher than the line in front of him, and so I don't know if that's a strategic thing, trying to get air up there, or what he's doing. He's taking a little bit higher.
Oh, Max is in the wall.
He just got in the wall, yeah. Here you go. Contact behind him there.
Not just contact, he ran right through him. I don't know how that happened. All right. That was interesting. Who was that went through him? That's what we need to know here. See if we can roll it back.
It would be kind of cool in real life if you were going so fast that you just go straight through a car.
You could just warp through them.
Yeah, just warp through them. Hit that fourth dimension.
Here we go. We go in slow-mo. Max tries to get it off the wall here. I think he thought he might have been clear as he pulls down. And it just loses it a bit too much right in front of... That looks like TJ Floyd actually gets into the back of him. And then there's another car, actually. The one that goes through him is a whole nother guy. Not sure what number that is. I think that's the 72, maybe? Wow, look at that scatter by the 71 getting across and out of the way. Eddie Morris just barely missing it again. No, it wasn't the 72.
No. No, I do have a question for you. I saw a lot of debris out there. I saw the hood come off and other stuff. Does that actually affect other drivers if it hits their car? Do you know that?
I don't know with the new damage model. I would imagine so, though. But I'm not positive.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Do we have any
Max
takers?
Has been pretty vocal. Max has been pretty vocal on the race control that it was his fault completely 100% there, which we saw.
Yeah, I don't think you can argue that, Max.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, he could. I mean, he could just blame it on netcode, as Jennifer Bowen said.
It's either netcode or my wheel stopped working, or know, there's a bunch of things you can say.
All right, are we gonna have any takers here for pit road, Dustin? I think this would be where the pit strategy may come in to play.
The only thing I can think of is maybe the fuel, like you mentioned earlier.
Right.
They only are at 65%, so maybe they come for fuel here just to top it off, to make sure, just in case we have some green-white checkers, that they're good. Other than that, I don't really see why they would, unless you have damage, of course. But
well, I think 65%, you're probably only going to make it like, what, 24 laps, 25 laps? So I think no matter what, you would want to hit pit road here. I don't think you can even stretch it to 40.
Even if we have a lot of cautions, you don't think we can?
I don't think so, no. Depends on, I mean, I guess a lot of cautions maybe, but right now that they've only had 2 cautions for 12 laps, it's not enough for sure.
I got you. Well,
We'll
maybe
see.
we'll see some takers.
I think it's too early right now, though. They're going to count on a couple more cautions here. Comes to fuel.
Yeah, nobody coming so far. Yeah, I think you might be right. I might just be waiting till halfway, maybe, or a little closer to halfway at least.
Yeah, because I think if you went full green, you could make it on one stop at 20, for sure.
And you'll see on your screen there, they're doubling up, getting ready for a restart as the pace car comes back around. All right, 12 laps, 13 laps under our belt now of 40. You're finding yourself in the top 10. I think you're pretty happy with yourself right now. Find yourself outside the top 10. Is it go time just yet?
Man, I think you got work to do no matter what. So many cars on track, still so many everybody's on the lead lap still even, Dustin. So
yeah, those 2 fast repairs really make a difference. It doesn't seem like much when you're comparing it to 1, but I'm telling you, as from an experienced driver like yourself as well, 2 really really makes you drive a little bit crazier than just having 1.
yeah, if I got 1 in my pocket still, which if I got 2 and I got 1 extra, I'm sending it right here for at least the next 10 or 15 laps, see where I can get, see what kind of ground I can make up, see who can work with me, where they can go, who's going to take it 3 wide, who's not going to, who's going to block me, who's not going to, I got to know that for the end, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Especially if you don't or haven't used your fast repairs yet, you still got 2. Yeah, you're making some bold moves just to see what you can do.
Yep.
And you see Jeff Zappa be taking the lead here. Todd Scott right behind him, or right beside him, excuse me.
Dylan Redding and Logan Hagerman in that second row. Watch that Logan Hagerman on the outside here.
Oh, yeah, he's got a fast machine tonight. Pushing the 42 or 421. Right to the lead on the outside, trying to at least.
And, I kind of got
to
give him a shout out because he's my teammate in both the Cup and the trucks. Somebody just pop? Did I see a car pop? Or was that just, must have been just sparking from hitting the ground there? I thought somebody popped.
Well, the air temperatures do, or the tire temperatures start to come down when you're under caution. So maybe they got loose enough or deflated enough. And there is a caution back there. No caution yet, but there was a wreck back there.
The 42 was clear of the 56, but they stayed up. And now Zappa's going to come back on that inside line. He's going to clear back.
Yeah, you don't see that too often there where you hang out with your buddy on the outside. Usually you get to the front and you leave him hanging, but Todd Scott definitely didn't do that there. He hung stead to Logan on the outside.
Oh, 1 in the wall.
Yep, seems to be okay up there by himself. Doesn't come down in the traffic. Good there. But neck and neck up front here as they go down into turn 3. Looks like Todd's got it on the outside. He thought about coming down there, but chose to stay up.
I think my favorite camera at Daytona is that static shot that they give us here now.
It's beautiful.
You kind of see a couple different strategies going right now. I don't know if those guys fell off the back on purpose, maybe conservation. Looks like Eddie Morris in the wall there.
It's definitely somebody. I know there was some contact earlier on this restart, and a couple cars got separated. That might be who's back there. Maybe it is strategy. Now that they're back there, might as well stay back there and avoid anything. We're coming up quickly here, almost halfway.
Yeah, it was Eddie in the wall there, and now the second pack's going by him. Got some cars with some damage.
Yeah, Eddie trying to make it slide around there on the apron. That's actually harder than it looks. Car wants to get so loose down there on the apron when you're at high speeds like he was, so good luck to him. You got Michael Proval sitting there in the 3rd spot on the outside row trying to make something happen. You just can't get enough push, it doesn't seem like, to actually take charge on the outside line like we're so used to seeing here at super speedways. Seems like that inside line's doing well down there, keeping it together.
I saw somebody peeking down the middle there. Maybe a little nervous again. It's too early for middle. It's too early.
Oh yeah, too early, especially here at Daytona. You don't have near as room as you do at Talladega. Way too early to be doing some 3-wide action.
As they push here, almost dead even at the line. Oh, are they gonna hang on to it?
No way! Wow, they both saved it.
Oh no! He just got tore up.
Everybody.
Yep.
Wow. That ain't little right, is it?
It is.
Oh no!
It looks like Randy Futch, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say how that started.
But let me say, just impressive that they both kept it straight there, even though, yes, they did come back into traffic and wrecked a few people there. I mean, still, for them to get that sideways and both of them saved it, that was incredible.
All right, we'll see what happened here. 66 and the 18 get together. Looks like 18 just washes up through the trial, but maybe hit the apron there. They get together. And it looks like he might have just locked up the binders here, trying to stop it from going back onto the track. But a little bit too late.
I didn't know you were brothers with Kevin LePage there. Was that too cruel?
No.
But no, again, it is so easy to get these cars loose in the trial. Yeah, this is what I want to see. I want to see his in-car.
Yep.
It is so easy to clip that apron.
Lots of checking up.
Yep, right there, he clips it, tries to catch it, gets up a little bit, and that's how easy it is. But like I said, again, both of them, this is right here where he should have backed it down and slowed
Looks like he
down.
actually sounded like he downshifted there, trying to stop it. If you listen to the car here. Oh, man, I gotta help him out. Yeah. He downshifted so far that it spun the car around right up in front of everybody.
Now, if you ever played NASCAR race in 2003 season, you know exactly what downshifting at a super speedway when it's not time to will do. It'll get you a blowover pretty quickly. Luckily for him, he didn't get up into the air, but still got a tore-up race car, but he's got a faster pair, hopefully.
We got some takers on pit road right now.
Well, like we said earlier, around halfway, we thought some drivers would come down, and a lot of them do here. As we are at halfway, we're on lap 20 right now, of 40.
Yep, that's going to get them to the end, I would imagine here.
Yeah, it should. It should. Yeah, I agree with you.
And so it looks like the 18 had to tow, so he's still stuck on pit road. He's been there 3 minutes. So in case you don't know, when you get into a wreck and you can't make it around, you hit the tow button. And then you have to wait the time it would normally take for a wrecker to come out and get you and drag you to pit road and then set you down. Luckily for him, he's probably got a reset here as well.
Also, luckily for him, he's at Daytona instead of Bristol, where they done lapped you 5 times before you get done towing.
That's true. As he, I believe, is still sitting there. Looks like he's got a new ride already, though, so his towing must be done, right?
Should be.
Here comes the pace car. He might go another lap down as we watch Jacob Bowen roll off.
Better hurry.
And that's
not going to make it.
That's one of those experience things, Dustin.
Yeah, I mean, it takes time to learn. Whenever you get in those positions, don't even worry about trying to save your car there. Just back it down. Don't cause a big old wreck. Make things worse for yourself.
Yeah.
And then also, um, just well, there's not much you can do about the towing aspect when you get yourself caught up in a wreck. But you want to try to avoid towing as much as you can.
And looks like the pace car lights are off, and we're going to be back racing. We got some new players at the front. Zappa's still there, but Derek Chappett, Nicholas Ford, Brian Merle Jr., Mike Renz, and Dean Qualley all up at the point now.
Yeah, and TJ Floyd, who we also saw there with Max in that earlier accident, he's made his way back up to the front. Well, we said at the beginning of the broadcast we didn't know what these cars would do. I think overall they've done pretty well. You know, they've gotten some good racing in, neck and neck for most of the way, but also some crashes like we figured would happen too. So overall, it's been a pretty good race so far. I think if I'm in that top 10, I just want to hang out here as long as I can.
I think the drivers are battling the cars more than they're able to battle for position right now. So it's interesting to watch that dynamic at a super speedway when it's usually the other way around.
Yep, we saw Todd Scott out there on the outside line. He was kind of making it work out there, trying to get to the lead. Let's see what Derek Chaput can do in that bright yellow machine on that outside line. He gets some help finally back there. It took him a while, but he finally got some help.
Oh, man. I saw somebody enter the corner on the apron there.
Oh, that outside line's going to be rolling here. They got some high momentum up there.
I love when they go down the backstretch for the first time after a wreck and you see a little dust of smoke pop up. It's pretty cool. Man, the details they've put into the simulation is so awesome now.
That is right.
And like you said, yeah, there he is at the point. TJ Floyd, though, not done with that outside line. He's going to start pulling. Who's that out there with him? Nicholas Ford? Is that Nicholas Ford behind him?
That's what it looks like. A lot of green machines out there on the outside line. Maybe they're teaming up by color now. I don't know. Either way, that outside line is working. They've figured something out. Struggling early on, but now they've got it working and rolling.
Nicholas Ford to the inside now.
Oh, leaves TJ out there to dry. Trying to get some help from behind. Nothing coming too quickly here, though. He's got Travis Paul behind him. But not tight as you would like to be here on the outside line of Daytona. You want to be closer than that. Yeah, I know there's a risk there, but you want to be closer than that if you're trying to get to the lead.
So I'm noticing that everybody's lifting on entry, and I don't know if that's just a loose feeling that they're getting. You can kind of hear the tires squealing there, and it's almost like they're chasing these things around.
Well, that might explain why we saw that wave earlier on, cars going high in the middle of the corner. Maybe there is some looseness here that it's, like I said, it's been a while since I've driven these Arca cars, so I'm not exactly sure of the conditions that they're driving in tonight. I just know that used to be you could floor it, so maybe you do have to let off now.
Warm temperatures here at Daytona might play a factor as well.
That's right. TJ Floyd making work on the outside there with Nicholas Ford right behind him.
We got some 3 wide back there at the back of the pack.
All the way through the field. So this is those times that we were talking about where it's time to back it out.
Oh.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, you don't want to wad it up for that one. And that's it. That's going to bring in our second wreckage rewind, but definitely not our second caution. Going to have to go figure that one out.
And didn't I just say it's time to back it out? It's time to get out of there.
Oh, man. I mean, we couldn't have timed that better.
Shameless plug here. There's the Intensity Racing League short track series. Running them late models on Wednesday nights. Come check us out there. Of course, Intensity Broadcasting will be broadcasting those. Got just good racing all week long here on Intensity Broadcasting. Looks like Joe's finally got this replay ready to roll for us.
All right, I'm going to slow it down because there's a lot to digest. We're going to have to do it a little bit at a time here. 3 wide. We already know the cars are loose on entry. We see the 95 running up on the 48. Little check up. Now we're seeing a little bit of stack up on the bottom line. Still some speed. The 95 into the outside wall. The 3 is going to get into the back of him as he hits the wall. It's going to turn the 3 down in front of everybody. And that's going to wad it up. So there's the 71 now. 27, the 4, the 10. 47 hits the outside wall. Here comes Eddie Morris. Oh, Eddie's probably done for the day on that one.
Yeah, when you get upside down at Daytona, that's never a good thing.
Yeah. The 18 got a piece of the 21 on the back end. That's going to rip that left front wheel off. That'll be his second reset for sure. The 68 looks like he gets through pretty clear. We can go back a bit.
And just to be clear, we're still at right now, we're at 14 laps to go. So that intensity's only going to pick up.
Mm-hmm. There it is in full motion. And we're going to see how fast this thing happens in real time.
Yeah, watching it slow motion and then watching it real time is two totally different things.
Mm-hmm. From inside the car. And we talked about how you got to kind of lay back here. He's in a good position to get it wound down. What happens, though? Let's see.
Well, it's just a product of being a rookie, honestly. You got to learn how to back it down. You see, he's flying up through here just trying to make it. You can't do that. You got to slow her down a little bit more than that. It's never good when you see your tire come through your hood, that's for sure.
But did the tire go back underneath the hood? I'm confused as to where the tire went. Can we look at the left front here? Let's see. Hold on.
Somebody get the tire from the infield, please.
Somebody fixed the tire automatically. It's back on the car.
Wow.
It went right back on.
Wow. That's a new fix-a-flats right there. Self-correcting tires they have on these new Arca cars. It's amazing.
All right. Derek Chappett in the front there. TJ Floyd's going to be behind him. Or to the outside of him on the restart anyway. Travis Paul in that 3rd spot. Dylan Redding holding down that 4th spot. Nicholas Ford up to 5th. And Todd Scott back up to 6th already. So, and we know he's good on fuel.
Yeah, Michael White, who we haven't really talked that much about tonight, he's made his way all the way up to, let's see, he's in 8th position right now. Yeah, he started 19th. Brian Murrell Jr. is in 7th. He started 24th, so you got a lot of movers here. I do want to give it a shout out to Nicholas Ford. I know you talked about him. He started 37th tonight, up to 5th spot, just showing you it doesn't matter really where you start. It's about the moves you make during the race, especially here at a super speedway like this.
And when people are getting cleared out and you get through, that's the easy way to get to the front. So,
yeah, that's right. Pace car is going to duck on off this time as those lights are out. And we're getting back to green flag racing. We will have 12 laps remaining when we do go green. And it's going to be... You think we're going caution free here? There's no way we're going caution free. What you think?
Nah, I'm not gonna jinx it like you did. I'm gonna say we're going caution free. Let's go all the way to the end. They can wreck it. Let's wreck it going to the line. Let's do that. 13 laps to go. It'll be 12 when we hit the line here. And, I think we can do it.
I say 2 laps before they're 3 wide.
Still a lot of cars in the lead lap here.
You got drivers on the race chatter talking about how long they're going to think they're going to go green, and most of them saying 2 laps until the next caution. Either way, green flag is back out. David Chaput takes that car, and he puts it in the lead. TJ Floyd shoots down there to the bottom, get that inside line.
We had
causes some
one
mass
on the
chaos.
apron, and we're 3 wide before turn 1.
That's Nicholas Ford down there on that apron in that second car. He even makes his way back in the line. And everybody's sorting out here as we come down to the backstretch of the first lap of the restart. TJ Floyd making a run on the outside. No help right now. I don't think he's going to make it work.
Man, my anxiety is through the roof, but it's so intense. I love it.
Travis Paul right there behind him does make it work. TJ Floyd is your leader. Travis Paul on that outside line.
Man, these guys are on the apron and everything. It's scary.
TJ Floyd went from being in second to first, now back in second. As it looks like
Nicholas Ford to the point.
Leader. Yeah, that's actually Nicholas Ford out there on the outside. That's right.
Dylan Redding behind him, giving him a nice little shove. Ooh, a little contact behind him there. Still nothing happening back there. They're still going.
Dylan Redding pushing Nicholas Ford, trying to make it happen. TJ Floyd, Derek should put on the inside, trying to make the inside line work. TJ Floyd clear on the backstretch right now. I don't think he's going to go up there.
They're all scattering from Max McClure. Max got into the outside wall. It looks like he's a little bit out of shape still. Man, these guys are definitely giving and taking right now.
Oh, it's crazy for sure, man.
I don't even want to race like this. Max into the outside wall again.
I think Max is falling in love with that wall tonight. I'm serious. He might have done
3 wide at the front. We got a blinker on the inside. The 09 of Michael White moves up with him. Who is that? The 31 machine now of Blake Hensley.
Blake Hensley, yeah. Needs to get that blinker fluid in.
That 38 that had a little blink out Travis Paul on the inside. There's still 3 wide in the middle there.
Yeah, that's not where you want to be.
Nope.
Guarantee it.
It looks like they sorted it out. Yeah.
That's exactly
right.
Oh,
they're wrecking behind him, though. Big one. Really big one.
At least 7 or 8 cars, maybe even more. In that.
We made it 2.5 laps.
The drivers were right, that's for sure. You get that wreckage rewind up for you on your screen right now. Shout out to the short track series again, Super Late Models. We will go back and dissect everything that you just witnessed. Man, to be honest with you, it was so intense up front. I kind of missed it in the back, and I just saw cars sideways and cars smoking. But let's go back and let's take a look at what happened here.
It starts with that outside line there, the 22, black 22 car. See him get into the outside wall here. I don't know if he gets loose on entry. Shoots up the track. He's going to slap the wall. And then he comes back down. He's trying to hang on to it. It's wibble wobbling. We'll call that wibble wobbling. Right in front of Max. Wow, Max McClure is able to clear. Down the track, the 22 goes. They start to clear the 23. Now they're all scattering. They're trying to find space. And they just all continue to pile it in here.
And that's about as realistic at Daytona as you can get there, where one thing happens and it's not so much that causes a big accident, it's the reactions from everybody else trying to avoid and trying to get in the right place, and you're just miscalculating stuff. And it gets you all tangled up like that. Like I said, about 7 or 8 cars, maybe more, involved in that total.
Yeah, that's definitely the biggest one of the night there, taking out a lot of good cars that probably still had a chance at this thing.
All right, so with that, we got TJ Floyd as your leader, coming down probably 5 laps to go on this restart. When we finally do get started back, maybe 6 laps instead of 5.
I think Eddie might be trying to save some fuel here as he rides down on the apron. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, especially if we got a green, white checker, these guys are going to have to come back and pit. They're going to have to. Look at there, you see on your screen the last time they pitted.
21 laps ago for TJ Floyd and Nicholas Ford. Now, I'd say about, 6 laps of those 21 have been caution laps, so you got about 14. He might be good to the end. It's going to be close. I think it's going to be really close for him.
Yeah, and like you said, there's about 24 laps you can make it, and that's green flag laps. But what happens if there's a green white checkered? Um, it takes a lot of speed, a lot of gas to get to the front, and like he's sitting right now. So has he used too much? I don't know. He's definitely trying to save there as he's taking the shortest way around the track.
Shortest way around, probably flipping that ignition switch off or clutching in. Some people just clutch in and let it ride around at 2 grand. That's what I do, and it seems to do just about the same as if you shut it off.
Now he better be careful here, as that pace car is starting to get a little bit out in front of him. He might be giving up that position there, as he has to maintain pit road or pace car speed. And it doesn't look like from right now he's doing that, but everybody seems to be doing the same thing he's doing, so I don't think anybody really cares right now. There he goes, catching back up to that pace car. We saw that bite one too many drivers in the past trying to save fuel.
Looks like he might be good to go now. He's keeping it wound up. Maybe he feels good enough about it.
We are coming back to the green flag this time, so everybody's trying to get double file set up for this restart here. We do have one car down here on the apron. I think he's getting a lucky dog potentially. Maybe not. Maybe he's going to the back.
Yeah, he's probably going to have to hang on, go to the back there.
All right, so let's do a little rundown here. We got TJ Floyd as your leader in that green machine. Nicholas Ford beside him in the 7 car. Dylan Redding taking on that 3rd spot, and as you see right now, Todd Scott in the 4th position. And 5th is Travis Paul, Zachary Cox in the 6th position. Michael White running in the 7th position right now. Blake Hensley bringing in that 8th spot. 9th, looking at Brian Morrell Jr. And 10th, Sylvan. You said his name earlier.
Sylvan Seguin.
That's right. That is your top 10 as we're coming back to this green flag. But I will say, if you're following your driver and they're nowhere near the top 10, if they're sitting in 30th right now, they still have a shot. I can guarantee you that.
That is the beauty of super speedway racing, as it's about to get a little bit crazier. I know I say that every time we go green, but it's going to get even crazier.
Green flag is out. Nicholas Ford takes a quick left down that inside line. He wasn't wanting to get left out there.
He's going back to the outside. Is Dylan Redding going to go with him, or is Dylan going to stick with TJ here on the inside? We'll see. Nicholas Ford gets a little loose as he can't pick a lane.
Yeah, that indecisiveness looks like it's going to cost him too here. He's got no help on the outside line. TJ Floyd's got some help behind him. And it looks like they may just easily push their way by, but he's staying right there. I'm impressed here. He's got Todd Scott trying to make it 3 wide. Whew.
I think Todd was leaning on him there on that right rear quarter panel. That's the only real way you can push on these things. It's just a little bit on that right rear. I think you can give it a little shove, but you can't. You have to be gentle.
Oh yeah, you've got to be like a newborn baby pushing these things. As we coming to 5 to go this time out.
Matt Knight said, "There's the pucker moment."
That's right. Todd Scott pushing that 7 car of Nicholas Ford. Doing pretty good there on the outside line, trying to make it work. I think they'll have a run coming down the backstretch here. They might be able to sneak into that lead.
I don't think we're done wrecking here, Eddie or Dustin. Man,
No,
there are
3 wide sitting back there.
I think that might even be 4 wide a little bit there. One into the outside wall. The 51 of Zachary Cox is going to fall to the back. Hopefully he doesn't get back. Oh, he's in the...
Ooh.
Oh, they're wrecking. There it goes,
There
Michael
they go.
Provolt.
Oh, one up in the air.
Bowen is caught up in it.
7 comes back across. He was your leader. How did he get involved in that? As he's up and over now, flipping end over end.
What happened up front?
He was leading. He had just taken the lead. I don't know what happened there.
Wow. All right. Let's go check that one out.
Definitely have to go back and take a look at that. That was craziness.
Let's see what happened to Ford. Start there.
Looks like TJ might have got pushed from behind and couldn't woe it up enough and got into Nicholas, and that got him
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
I mean,
push gone wrong there.
yep, that's how quickly it can happen. He just came right back in front of the field, gets up and over there.
I mean, he was
Takes a
on.
wild ride.
Yeah, he was on the binders. I don't know if there's any more he can do there to stop that. They were going so fast. He's going back on the track no matter what.
Yeah, and I don't think that was Nicholas' fault at all, to be honest with you.
Nope.
Nor do I think it was TJ's. I think he was getting pushed from behind as well. It's just one of them accordion deals as we come down to the end of this race. We'll see more of that, I'm sure.
I saw Pro Vault this one. Hit the 95 machine. Find him. Give me a second.
I would almost be willing, as you're trying to find that this separate incident started as a result of bump drafting too. Just the way the car hooked, like I saw him hook, I think it was a bump draft gone wrong.
And you are correct.
Well,
a little checkup.
Yeah, everybody was slowing down for that car that got in the wall, and that's what happened there. Yeah.
Yeah, hard into the back of him. It's going to collect Jacob Bowen there. Some guys scatter. The 48 gets into it. Ooh,
Oh,
and that's another one for David Wright. Not getting woed down.
A tough night.
Trying to find that lane and not getting woed down.
Well, it really is muscle memory. You know, it seems obvious that if there's a wreck in front of you, you want to slow down. But I can promise you, every single rookie that I know of goes through this of there's a wreck and you're trying to get through it. You're trying to gain as many positions as you can, so you don't want to slow down. But it's one of those learning curves that he's going to have to deal with. And I'm sure he's not the only one. As we saw, a lot of cars didn't get woed up there. In fact, race control just came over the radio and said that there is no incident or no fault on that wreck. That was just a checkup, and it's a racing incident ultimately.
I mean, if you just look at how fast that happens, and I know he had a lot of time and like you said, a lot of time of experience to learn. Like, you can be braking as soon as you see that smoke. It's okay.
Well, yeah, play this through one more time, and I want you to focus this time, if you're watching from home, all the cars around him right here. See, they slow down, and he's just zooming right through them all. And if that car wasn't there, it actually would have worked out great for him, but unfortunately he was, and that's what happens.
And when you're in the car, there's a point where you don't see that guy. So, like, right here, right? To him, that looks like there's nothing in front of that. And then it clears, he sees the guy hit the wall, and then all of a sudden, bam. So I can see where he would mess that up. And in his experience, you're on your last reset. It doesn't matter your position. You got to finish this race, so you probably should slow down.
You got to finish before you can win. That's the toughest thing to learn.
Yep.
But I'm sure he'll learn it. He's got 15 weeks to get it right. And I'm looking forward to see how he improves.
Progresses, yep.
Yeah.
TJ Floyd. I mean, I remember last season watching TJ Floyd make some of them same mistakes. I remember watching Colton Kinsey make some of the mistakes last season. I mean, these are guys who, they're learning the hard ways, and, I think it's just part of the business and getting used to this iRacing thing.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I love to see two fast repairs on the Arca cars like this right here. Just giving them a little bit extra experience instead of punishing them for lack of experience. That's ultimately what this league was set out to do, was to give those guys that maybe don't have the most experience, give them some seat time under their belt. And it looks like we're coming green this time by.
We sure are. TJ Floyd's going to lead him back, but Todd Scott, he was our pole sitter too, right?
Todd Scott was our pole sitter for this race. That pace car ducked on off.
Finds himself back at the front here with 3 laps to go. Make that 2 now.
Yeah, this is our first attempt at a green-white checker here. And we are rolling through it quite nicely, might I add.
Dylan Redding to the inside of Scott. Scott's got help from that 09.
Yeah, I thought Scott was going to try to sneak in that hole there, but it closed up quickly. He does have help, and they might make a run here on the backstretch. The rest of the field really spread out behind them. I don't know what happened there.
Uh-oh. The 31 looking for the 3 wide. Not there yet.
They're neck and neck for the lead as they go down to 3 and 4. Dylan Redding really right behind TJ, making it work on the inside line. You just got to be careful. You cannot push too much. You'll send them through the infield.
Uh-oh.
3 wide now.
Yep, Michael White to the outside by himself.
Making it work out there, getting that side draft a little bit.
It's going to cost him a position here. There he goes. He tucks back in. I was going to say, if he didn't get tucked back in, it might cost him that position.
This is our last lap, by the way, so if Dylan has anything for TJ, it might be time to use it here on the backstretch as they're coming up. Todd's right there. He's wanting to win.
There he goes. There goes Dylan.
Todd's pushing him now.
Uh-oh.
They might
Uh-oh.
wreck the whole field here as they come down into 3. Blake Hensley right on TJ Floyd's back bumper. Dylan just a nose right now.
Blake
Doesn't have enough.
had to lift just a little bit there. Dylan Redding. Oh, the C's part.
Dylan is going to win this race.
Oh, man. We got guys spinning backwards across the finish line.
Wow.
I'm going to quickly go back to... I got to go quick before he does his donuts. We're going to go back to turn 4 and just watch Dylan Redding. And it's just opened up for him. Like, hey, we're going to take these guys away for you.
I've seen some crazy finishes, but I've never seen the whole entire field wreck like that. Wow.
Dylan Redding across the line. Wow, the 17 skates up in the second.
Jackson Qualley finishing second tonight.
Wow. What was that? Floating down the fence here in the front stretch.
My goodness.
Everybody, there's cars everywhere. Look at this.
Whoa. Got way up in there.
So Dylan Redding, Jackson Qualley, Michael White, your top 3 tonight.
But I'll tell you what, I'm impressed that they made it that far without wrecking. I really am. I thought it was going to be maybe 2 attempts at a green-white checkered, but no, they got it done in 1. And Dylan Redding right there doing some burnouts is your winner tonight at Daytona.
Dylan Redding winning the inaugural Arca Series race here at Daytona. Jackson Qualley second. What a time for Jackson to come through the way he did up in the... We didn't even see him all day.
Maybe he had that strategy of he's going to lag back and avoid everything. And, man, did he avoid everything on that last lap. That was craziness, man.
Plus 24 positions. Jackson Qualley.
I do have to do a shameless plug here. Tonight's win at Daytona is brought to you by Dean's Eye Designs. The best flyers, the best logos around. If you're wanting to step up your league or your race team, give a shout out to him on Facebook. You can find Dustin Dean. I don't know who that is. I heard he's a good looking guy. That's what I hear about him.
I hear he's good with. I hear he's really good with eye designs. He might be all right at iRacing as well.
I heard he might be probably better at designs than he is at iRacing.
Hey, and don't stop now. We're gonna be coming back tomorrow night, January 26th at 9:55 qualifying time for another Dean's Eye Designs 160 with the Cup Series tomorrow night. And hey, Dustin, instead of being in the booth, we're gonna be competing on track. It's gonna be a good time.
Oh yeah, I'm excited about it. It's our first race. We got a 15 race season, the Cup Series, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. So please come out. You see the time there, 10:05. Should be hopefully as good a show as we had tonight. As bring up our results. There is your top 10.
Top 18 actually. Nicholas Ford coming home 18. Max McClure moving his way up to that 13th spot. Todd Scott falling all the way to 9th there after wrecking coming to the flag. Yeah,
that whole top 10 was completely shaken up there with that last lap wreck.
All right, well, while we got a second, let's get our top 3 up here.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yeah, I am looking for Brian Murrell as we speak. I have found Brian Murrell. Let's get him into the booth and see what he has to say. Brian, this is Dustin and Joe up in the booth. Do you have a copy, Brian?
You're going to be allowed. No, he doesn't write.
Well, as you could tell, there is some chatter going on. Some people not happy at the end of this race. It's almost like a short track race here tonight. So let's move on to how about let's go ahead for it. Joe, you want to go move right to Dylan?
Yeah, let's just pull Dylan up in here.
All right, Dylan Redding. This is Dustin and Joe in the booth. You got a copy tonight.
What's up, boys? Let me tell you something. I finally got me one of these.
Yes, you did. Congratulations, Dylan Redden. Dude, okay, you already had the lead coming off turn 4. But my question is, how did you wreck everybody else like
that? Matrix type skills.
It definitely looked like you used the force there, like put your arms out to your side and everybody just went away.
Yeah, I don't know if any of you guys had the radio on, but I told TJ coming into the last lap, do you want to push at the start finish line? He said, sure. I thought that at that time that my best chance was going to be to stay behind him, but I saw a hole open up coming off turn 2, jumped up on the backstretch and rode it home from there. I saw those boys wrecking coming to the start finish line, but by then I didn't care. I was home free, so just excited for the win. Perfect way to start the season off.
Yeah, it was an awesome race, Dylan. You guys were up. You were up there all night long. And also, I got a question for you. Were those things loose on entry? It looked like some of the guys were lifting and having some issues on entry.
You know, I noticed that as well, especially after I took my one pit stop and I was back there in about 10th place. I was checking up going into the corners because I think people were going in a little bit too deep, and then their car would slide a little bit on them. I'm not sure. A couple of those guys haven't done a lot of super speedway racing, so I think this was a great experience for them. And you know, we're looking to see these guys grow over the course of the season, and I'm excited to see what we've got in store.
Well, Dylan, I do have to say, man, congratulations on that first win, dude. I was pulling for you there, and I'm just glad I wasn't out there to wreck you this time.
I wish you were. I would have loved to have been banging on you going to the finish.
Who you want to shout out tonight, Dylan? I know you got some fellas watching.
Well, as you guys probably noticed, I stick with the Pelican Snowball machine. So shout out to Pelican Snowballs, my sponsor. Shout out to D&I Design, Intensity Broadcasting, and Carolina Sim Racing, all of my partners. I'm excited to get them in victory lane, and hopefully it's the first of many.
That's exactly right. I hope to hear from you a lot more this season up in the booth. Good luck for the rest of the season, and thank you again for talking with us.
Yep, 10-4.
Well, Joe, let's. I'm gonna try to get Brian in here one more time, and we'll see what happens. Brian, this is Joe and Dustin up in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yes, I do.
All right. We heard some crazy race chatter going on. Can you tell us a little about what's going on with all these drivers?
I don't think it's all the drivers. There's just one guy whining because he's trying to beat up on kindergartners, something like that.
I can tell you from experience, that never works out well.
I'm turning a new leaf. I put my mic on mute. Didn't want to tell this guy how it was. So,
well, I'm proud of you.
Little interview.
I'm proud of you, man.
Well, you came home.
Honestly, I just realized I got third. So
yeah, you came home third. That's why you're here in the booth with us. So the C's part, you might have even spun across the line. I'm not sure, but you come home third. And
I saw second there for a second, and you know, just like any super speedway, I just got hit in the right rear, and next thing I knew, I was helicoptering. So I'll take third to start off the season. I was kind of stuck there in the 8th to 10th position for a long time. Just wasn't being very aggressive. In fact, I didn't have an X until I got hit there at the line. So new me this time, I guess. I don't know. I was just being easy out there.
Well, yeah. Well, tell us, how was the car tonight? Was it loose? Was it kind of tight? What was the car feeling like?
Honestly, I was babying it. I don't know. It felt fine to me, but you know, people were getting racy, and I was just kind of staying up front. I started way in the back, pitted early, and just kept conserving under cautions. Caught enough of them. Stayed up front and had a clean car till the finish.
Brian, you got any sponsors or anything you need to thank? Teammates?
I mean, in this league, I don't know if we have teammates, but, you know, Colton Kinsey, Brett Merle, somebody asked earlier if we were related. Yes, he's my younger brother. Maybe Cheeseburger and Provolt. Those were the guys in the Discord. So, and Brian Canuti, he coached me through it. He had a little bug in my ear all night. Was spotting for me.
Well, Brian definitely is a bug. I'll agree with you on that one, man.
I'm just kidding. He wasn't spotting for me. But
Man, congratulations on that third spot again, man. We hope to talk to you a whole lot more in the booth this year, and good luck.
I plan on winning a few of these. So these are the cars I like to drive. I just do the cup racing for fun.
Yes, sir. You have a good night. All right, and that will take care of Brian Murrell Jr. Next in the booth, we have our second finisher. We got Jackson Qualley in the booth. Jackson, do you have a copy?
Yes, I do.
Jackson, listen, Kevin Harvick has a nickname of where did he come from, and you're starting to earn that here. Where did you come from tonight? You were a steady Eddie all night long, and then there at the last lap, you split through everything, get second. Tell me how you walked through that.
On the last lap, my dad said to send it.
Sometimes
I
you
love
gotta
it.
do it for Dale. I agree. Well, Jackson, you definitely did, bud, and you made it to all the way to second. So let me ask you this: moving forward, does it make it easier now that you have a better place in the points and it's not so hectic? Is that your outlook moving forward?
No, it's gonna be tough to stay there.
Well, I don't think it's going to be tough. I've seen you drive time and time again, and you've proven yourself over and over again. And so, Jackson, I don't think this is going to be your only time in the booth, but I think we're going to see you in here a lot more than just tonight. Let me ask you this: is there anybody you want to thank?
My dad, St. Cologne Racing.
Well, fair enough. I will say your dad is awesome, and he is always there for you, man. And I want you to know all of us at iOS are here for you and want to see you succeed this year. So good luck to you. Congratulations again on a second place. You're doing a good job starting out. I'll tell you that. And I just hope I'm up there in second place tomorrow night. We'll see. But either way, congratulations again, and we'll talk to you next time.
Thank you very much.
All right. So that's our top three there, Joe. Final thoughts on the race there?
So first race of the Arca series here with iOS. We had some cautions. We had some big ones. We watched some people make some mistakes, and I think some really good learning experiences. We watched Jackson Qualley come out of nowhere and finish this thing off. We saw Brian Murrell helicopter, as he called it, across the start-finish line, and we watched Dylan Redding use the force to make it happen. Hey, man, I'm all about this. I enjoyed it. The intensity was there. The cars, the way they drive here at Daytona in the Arca cars, is going to be completely different from what you're going to see tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, I think you're going to see a lot more stability, a lot more pushing, but I think you're going to see the same intensity from those guys.
Yeah, I think so as well, especially as laps wind down. I don't think there's going to be any choice but to pick up that intensity. But I tell you what I'm most excited about this season is seeing these drivers. You know, Daytona, anybody can go up there and at least be in the mix at Daytona, right? I'm excited to see as we go to Rockingham next Monday night, see who's really got it in this series, who's really going to be the ones to watch this year.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's going to be cool to see people grow as drivers and, and see, like you said, who's there at the end and who can finish it off. Well, Dustin, it's been a great time calling our first race together. I look forward to next week where we go to Rockingham with the Arca series. And then I'll see you tomorrow night when we get on track. And Josh and Matt Knights will have the call, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's right. Just don't wreck me tomorrow night, please.
Nah, I'm a super speedway guy. You just got to push me to the front. We'll be all right.
That's right.
All right. For Intensity Broadcasting, I'm Joe Wright. I've been joined tonight by Dustin Dean. And as Atlee Man Weiss would say, over and out.